all the channels, or are we cutting back?
Cutting back a little bit. Just not to the bin stores.
Just not to the bin stores?
Yep. You're live.
Are they going to be upset? You don't think our bin store customers want to hear our content? No?
Reflipping.
Hey guys, it's Tom from Resale America. Our YouTube channel is Liquidation Motivation, and it is great to be back in the studio today with my man Paul, Esteban, and Stanley. I am back from New York City. That's right. Went out to New York City for an NFT convention. It was NYC New York City NFT
awesome.
collection. It was super cool. I met so many people that had the same interests as me. I met so many people that want to talk about crypto all day long, you know, so I was like in my heaven when I was out there. I was there Sunday through Thursday. It was great. It was great. And I say that, I always like a good excuse to get out of town, but my wife heard me say that. So now she's all upset. She's like, you always are looking for an excuse to get away from your wife. I said, that's not what I said. I just like to travel. What's wrong with traveling? So, David says, welcome back. What's up, my man, David? How you doing, buddy? So I'm super excited to be back. So this channel is all about bin stores, liquidation stores, pallet buying, pallet flipping, eBay, Amazon, Macari, any sort of question you want to ask. We should have the answer between 4 of these masterminds in this room. But most of all, it's about building wealth. It's about taking the profits that you make and put it into an appreciating asset. And right now, my favorite asset is crypto. You know, that could change someday, but right now it's crypto. I'm 100% in crypto. And guess what? What happened today, Paul?
All-time high.
All-time highs, baby. That's right. Ethereum's at its all-time high. Bitcoin's very close to its all-time high. So once it gets to the all-time high, it's just like price discovery after that. You just never know where it's going to go. And man, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. I'm telling you, this market's going to 100x. If you think you're late, you're freaking wrong. It's going to 100x from where it's at in 10 years. And so any sort of investment is going to be 100x. I mean, Paul has substantial money in the crypto right now. And look at what you showed me today.
Yeah.
Imagine that 100x.
I tell you.
I mean, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. There's going to be more millionaires. There's going to be more crypto millionaires this year, by the end of this year, than there will be regular millionaires. Can you imagine that stat? More crypto millionaires by the end of this year than there are regular millionaires. So think about that. I know somebody who watches our channel put $50,000 in the crypto when Bitcoin was like $40,000. So they've already made $20,000 or $30,000 on their investment. This is great. Remember, it's not investment advice. That's what you're supposed to say, right? That's what everybody else says. This is not investment advice. But listen, you got to put your money in appreciating assets. My favorite's crypto. You can put it in whatever you want, but you got to understand that our economy is based on inflation, right? It's based on inflation, and inflation is a poor man's tax, right? So if you own your home, the value typically goes up. But what if you're a renter and you take your paycheck into cash, right? Inflation means your money is worth less and less. That's why you got to put your money in appreciating assets. So today, we're going to do a Q&A session. We have a lot of questions since I've been gone for the week. A lot of questions from all of our different channels, from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
That's pretty much
TikTok. We just got questions coming out of our wazoo. So if you guys have any questions, please put it down in the comment section below. Maybe you guys are on lunch and you got a few minutes to visit with us. But go ahead, Stanley. Let's see what question number 1 is. And I hope I can read this.
David Baker said, welcome back.
David, my man. David was here this weekend picking up some pallets. Hey, Tom, what?
Hang on one second.
Oh.
Let me try to put it on screen. Nope. That's not it. Oh. Yeah, right.
You gotta share it in the bottom.
Stanley's going to try to put this on the screen so everybody can see it. Give him 1 second. He's a little bit behind. He should have been prepared for this.
Yeah, rush professional.
Listen, if anybody has any questions for Stanley or Esteban, feel free to kick them out. This was my last weekend of football. How was this weekend in the store, Paul?
It was busy.
Busy?
It was really busy. We had a good weekend.
Yeah. I saw the sales. The sales are pretty incredible, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of community yard sales, so when they finished theirs, they came in, sold off what they had, and bought more. So
Right. So my community had a community yard sale this weekend, and I didn't go to it because when I woke up, it was like 60 degrees out, right? So if you live in Florida, 60 degrees is freezing. So I decided not to go out to my community yard sale.
Imagine not getting off that plane in New York.
Oh, it was freezing in New York City. I had to go buy a jacket. The first thing I did when I went to New York City, I got off the plane, I went to my hotel in Times Square, and then I went and bought a jacket. It was freezing in there.
It's like 65 degrees. I had to put a little jacket on today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to die when I get up in New Hampshire.
If I was in New York, right, that'd have been like a heat wave, definitely.
So we're flying to New Hampshire.
You want to read them? What are we going to do, guys?
All right, so Easy says, hey, Tom, what if they short you on pallets? Is that still covered under the as-is clause? Thank you.
Typically not. I mean, if you get shorted, I mean, but sometimes they tell you it's between, 20 and 24 pallets. And, you just got to look at the verbiage of when you're buying your truckloads, what it comes in at. But like the smalls that I'm buying right now, they're telling me they're 24 pallets. So I'm sure if they came in less, that they would make up those pallets maybe on the next load or something like that. But yeah, as is could be as is. Sometimes you buy like the bulk truckloads of Amazon. You just never know if they're going to be double pallets or single pallets, and so you really got to account for how much you're paying per pallet differently according to the load that you buy. So it could. That's why I think it's important to be clear what you're getting, to be clear with the person that's selling you a truckload what you're getting, so that if it comes in different than that, I would even ask them, hey, what gives me the ability to complain to you, and they'll tell you, well, if you don't get your 24 pallets, you can complain. If the pallets come in half full, you can complain. If the pallets, aren't, come in a lot of food, you can complain. I always ask up front, what can I complain about, but I don't like to complain. I did get a Smalls truckload this week, and a bunch of the pallets, so a Smalls truckload is 6 foot tall. A bunch of the pallets came in with like 3 foot worth of merchandise. But I can't go to that contract holder and say, hey, what are you doing? You're sending me a lot less stuff, because I don't want to be a thorn in their side, right? I'm just going to eat it. I'm going to eat it because I need another truckload next week, and then I need another truckload next week. Now, sometimes you win, right? Sometimes they come in overflowing. Do you go to the contract holder and say, hey, my pallets were too full? No. So don't complain when they're a little short on that. Don't complain. They don't want these people don't want to hear you complain. Now, with that being said, I still have that issue with the truckload that I bought. So once again, to refresh your memory, I bought a truckload at 9% of retail. The first load I got cost me $15,000. This load came in, they said it was $63,000. I told them they're batshit crazy out of their mind, right? So I looked at the manifest, and the manifest was all screwed up, way screwed up, and we talked about that a few times on here. So then they came back to me saying, okay, we'll just charge you based on $50,000. So the broker is still fighting to get it lower. So then this question came up in my mind, right? Okay, let's say that the contract holder got a manifest from Amazon that was all effed up, was bad. It came in at 70, so they said just charge him 50. Now, did they check the manifest, or did they just arbitrarily lower the number?
Yeah,
because I want the new manifest, right? If you're saying it's 50 now, okay, send me the new manifest that you calculated wrong so I can check your numbers again. But they're not doing, well, I haven't got an answer on that yet. They haven't done that yet. So I need to verify that at the $50,000 level, which means that truckload would be $45,000. That's still too much. I've never bought a Smalls truckload that was worth $500,000. Never. I mean, it's filled with food. It was filled with crap. I mean, it's filled with normal small stuff, which I don't mind paying 15, 20 grand for a Smalls truckload. I'm not going to pay 50 grand for a Smalls truckload. So I'm going to ask them to send me the new corrected manifest, and then I can review the numbers. But if they're just arbitrarily saying, all right, cross out the 70 and write in 50, no, I pay 9% of manifest. Send me the goddamn real manifest and I'll pay it. Don't send me this crap. Don't send me this arbitrary number. So I don't know how it's going to work out. And I'm telling you, the guy remember, I bought it from a broker who I really like. He's really going to bat for me. Got it from a contract holder, which everybody knows, which I'm not going to say who it is yet because it's not been resolved. I'm going to have to go to war, right? I have no choice but to go to war. And the only way I get to go to war is right here on social media, right? And say, hey, be careful. I would still say, be careful buying a load that you pay a percentage of manifest after you receive it. Be freaking careful. I'm getting burnt on it right now, and I can afford it. But could you afford? You've got a load, you put a $20,000 deposit in, thinking it's going to be less than $20,000, and the bill comes in at $63,000. Can you afford that? A lot of people can't afford that. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So it's still in the works. I don't know what's going on with it. They haven't called me back. They haven't texted me or messaged me in over a week on this. So I'll see. We'll see how it works out. I'll keep you guys posted. Alexander, what's happening, Alexander? Hey, Tom, been watching your dailies or as often as you post videos for the past 2 months. Thank you. We own a stable 2,000 square foot liquidation store and looking at the next step, bin store or resale store. I'd do a bin store. I definitely would do a bin store. Bin stores are just so much easier to run, so much more profitable. You don't have to worry about your inventory. You don't have to worry. Yeah, we don't take cash in our bin stores, so we only take credit card. That means I never have to go to the bank. I never have to worry about anything. You just dump stuff, pull out the expensive items you can sell on eBay, dump the rest of the stuff in the bin and move on. Work on volume. Now, we put one of our bin stores, did really well this weekend. And the other one did about half the amount of sales. So I'm trying to figure out why one of my stores did half the sales of the other store. What was the product mix difference, and what really worked in the one store that didn't work in the other one, where I thought they were getting the same inventory, but apparently they weren't because one sales was double. So yeah, I definitely do a bin store, especially if you have the 2,000 square feet. And that doesn't scare me to have such a small store. David, who I think is watching right now, right? David has a small store, 1,500 square feet, and he does really good out of that store. So people will come. All right, next question from Hustle and Grow.
Yeah, he says, what do you think of the strategy of setting up bin store next to places like Dollar General, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree? You get the traffic from deal shoppers that frequent those locations with arguably better inventory at lower prices.
I love it. I definitely love it. I love you to be able to be in anything in close proximity to any other discount store or thrift store. Right? I think Damian Polk said that he was in an old thrift store that's next to another thrift store. That's perfect, man, because then you're going to have that congruency in customers, right? It's like the restaurant theory, right? If you have one restaurant in an area, you're just going to get your normal customers. If you have two restaurants in an area, they're just going to get their normal customers. Once you get the 3 restaurants in an area, now you're a destination where people just say, let's go to the area and we'll figure out what restaurant to go to. So then hundreds or thousands of people go to that area, and then they'll choose whatever restaurant, maybe go to this restaurant for a beer, then the next one, so you want to have that area. So if you can be in that area where discount shoppers, where buyers, where are always coming to, then you're gonna benefit from the other ones. Don't look at it as if they're competition. They're not competition. Bin stores are a unicorn, man. They're a unicorn. They're different than anybody else, and they're great. So I definitely would put one right next to one of those stores. So I like that concept. What's that? The Falling Five. The Falling Five says, I have a 1,500 square foot bin store and do great. 11 bins. Only problem with a small town is you have to have a variety of product. Yeah. So that's what I think would be the biggest problem with that small of a bin store, is just having the storage available. Because I know David only has enough room for like 8 pallets in his store. So he buys 8 pallets, goes through them. So we're constantly having to fill up his little storage area. So the variety of products. So I would source locally too, because there's a lot of people selling bulk items locally everywhere you go, because 1 or 2 pallets can make a difference in a bin store, especially a small bin store like that. You can go from, on your opening day from $2,500 to $5,000 in sales, getting the right product mix in there, or more.
Imperative to have product for sure.
Yeah.
But like you said before, like you can open up, buy a tractor trailer bed. Yeah. And for more storage, if you have the room in the back, if you depending on the demographic.
Yeah, you can rent a 53-foot tractor trailer bed for like $200 to $300 a month. That fits 24 pallets. It's way cheaper than buying you renting a storage unit for that size. I mean, that size storage unit is like $1,000, so it's way cheaper. So yeah, 1,500 square foot. Yeah, keep finding the product mix, figuring that out. What do we got for the next question, Esteban?
This one's from Joe. He says, how is the 2010 5 4 3 2 1 strategy working out for you? Been researching opening a bin store and still trying to figure out what kind of gross profit margin a typical bin store can expect. I understand that there are several variables that can affect the numbers, but just looking for a ballpark gross profit per load.
Well, I'm not going to give you gross profit. I'll give you net profit. I think an average bin store can do about $80,000 a year in sales. Now that's what my 2 not sales, profit. That's what my 2 bin stores do. They're one's 7,000 square feet and one is 10,000 square feet. So they do about 80,000 a year profit, net profit, not gross profit, net profit. After all the bills are paid, besides taxes, that's what they make. I am toying with my third Binstore, the pricing strategy. And I think what I'm going to do is 7. So Saturday, 77531. 77531. So I'm going to load up the bins on Saturday for $7 a day. And then I'm going to reload the bins on Sunday for $7 a day. And I might keep bringing out boxes all day long, Saturday and Sunday. Maybe halfway through Sunday, stop bringing them out. That way you can keep people there longer, keep them fresher. You ever been to like a Goodwill bin store when they roll out one of the new bins and everybody's like
jumping right in there?
Yeah. That's what you want to create, that frenzy, right? You want to create that frenzy where you're bringing out boxes, dumping stuff, and everybody wants to go through it, right? Everybody wants to go through it. But I recommend maybe you have 3 people at the same time bringing out new boxes, because then everybody's not piling over one person, right? So even like I go to Salvation Army on half price day and they wheel out the cart with all the sneakers in it. Oh man, people go crazy trying to get, so they're like, so the lady takes the shoes out of the cart real slow. And then the minute she puts them on the shelf, she backs up because everybody's like trying to grab the sneakers, right? Because it's half price day. It's just crazy. And I think that kind of excitement you can get in your bin store if you're dumping out during the day. So I'm going to try that concept in my next one. Remember, I'm going to do 77531. 77531. Some people don't do the dollar day, and I really recommend you do the dollar day. I think when you average out the cost of your products, you're less than $1. You're about 90 cents, maybe 85 cents on your product. So I certainly would do the dollar day. I get my best sales are my $5 day and my $1 day. So don't discount that dollar. Don't look at it as that you're selling the stuff too cheap. Look at it as if you are moving a lot of inventory that day so that you can buy your next truckload. Harry, hello all. What's happening? Harry, Paul, what's going on? Thanks for joining the stream today. I am back from New York City, feeling pumped, feeling ready to go, reinvigorated, and football is over, so I can work a lot harder in my store. Football takes up 3 nights and my Saturday. So now that is gone. That's an extra 20 hours worth of work I can put in my store a week. I love coaching football, coaching youth football, but I'm happy that it's over with so I can get back to focus, get back to work. What do we got next, Esteban?
So Gary Miner is asking, what the heck does HPC turbo means?
Do you know that, Paul?
No, high piece count.
High piece count, yeah. So turbos is HPC turbos. Now, this was something explained to me the other day, and I don't know if anybody has any more information on this, but this is interesting. So high piece count would be so it's a Home Depot truckload. So they got Home Depot turbo larges and Home Depot turbo smalls. Okay, this is when I ordered the Home Depot turbo smalls, I would get 12 pallets of smalls and then 12 pallets of mediums, right? Larger stuff. Right? Every time like clockwork. I had somebody call me up the other day and say, when they send you the mediums, that Home Depot gives you a credit on the mediums, and you can turn that credit in for smalls whenever they're available. And he thought that the broker kept that credit, use it themselves, and not pass it forward to us. So I don't know if that's true. That would be interesting to think that I'm buying these turbos, smalls, and the broker that I'm buying them through is getting the credit for all the mediums, using that credit to get free truckloads. Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know, but I have no reason not to believe the gentleman who told me about this. So if anybody knows anything more about that, let me know. That's certainly interesting. If that is what's happening. Harry, yeah, good to see you back. Thank you, Harry. Ryan, do you restock daily in your bin stores? No, Ryan. You dump everything your first day, and then you let the price progressively go down. And by your last day, it's $1. You might do we do a $20 bag day once a month, and then a $10 bag day right after that day, and then we try to clear all the bins out, start fresh new product.
Keep her fresh.
Yeah. So remember, I found and I haven't got them yet, but 6 foot tall, high piece count electronics loads from Amazon clean loads, $27,000 a load, more very expensive loads. But I'm in the rotation for one of those. Hopefully I get one of those truckloads soon. I'll be able to show you guys what those are. But that might be the gold in the industry. That might be able to take me, you know, if I get that, I might do like 10.7. I don't even know. I think I'm going to stick to the 7.7. 7.7. I'll count out the high piece count and see how much the electronics, how many pieces we get in there. So let me talk a little bit about the e-scrap loads that I've been getting, and I'm a little miffed on it. Because I've gotten these loads in the past and they were incredible. Now I have a new supplier that I'm getting them from now, and they look like somebody else is going through them. Yeah, like maybe all the good stuff. So does anybody have any background information on that? I'm getting them in, you know, I used to find cell phones and tablets and Samsung tablets, and now I find nothing. I even found rocks in some of these pallets. So they're pretty bad. I wouldn't buy them. I don't recommend anybody buying them. And they were selling the loads, I think, for like $24,000. And then I told the guy, listen, I'm a buyer at 20 grand shipped. If you can do 20 grand shipped, I'll buy all the time, every week. And so he sent me one load, but it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. I mean, you get one pallet that's decent, but then you get the next pallet with like all solar powered lights with the batteries taken out, right? Somebody must have removed all the batteries from the solar powered lights. So everything in the whole pallet is destroyed. There's nothing you can do with the solar power lights without the battery in it, right? They're no good, right? So it wasn't worth it to me. I wouldn't recommend anybody else buying them unless you can find them untouched like I used to get. And man, I got them untouched for $250 a pallet at one time. I was killing it, man. But that deal went away. I was killing it. I found one pallet had like 155 Samsung cell phones in them. Like, boom! Paul, ready? What's that? It's out of here! Home run, baby. That's right. You love those home runs. But this load I got 52 pallets on this load, 0 home runs. Zero. How out of 52 pallets don't I get one cell phone? Not one cell phone, not one tablet. Right. It's all crap. If you're getting all crap, somebody else is cherry picking the shit. So let me make that $20,000 mistake. Do not buy the e-scrap load. Do not buy the e-scrap load until we find out how we get it unpicked, guys. We got to figure that out, how to get it unpicked. And I don't know the answer yet. If anybody has the answer, please share it so the community knows, man. So the community knows. Where are we at now? Ryan says, I've noticed we've run out of product on the $3 and $1 days doing 10, 6, 3, 1 days. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Ryan. What's my advice?
I think it just depends on the volume of product and what you have. I think if the rotation down, hey, we're just gonna wait till $3 and $1 a day is the same custom over and over and over.
Yeah.
I think because I know our $20 a day is very mindful and masterful. I'll tell you that. Like we have high quality product there. People are like, oh, wait till Saturday, I'll get it on $5 a day, but that Saturday comes, it's already gone. So now it's at that point where they see it, they grab it. So I think.
Well, the only thing I could.
$1 a day.
Yeah, Ryan, I would like to know what product you're using. Because if you're running out of product for dollar days, you're not getting the stupid ass cell phones and masks and things like that we're getting, because we're getting a ton of that stuff, food. So you must be getting some better product than I'm getting, because there's a lot of dollar items in our pallets that probably don't even sell on dollar days. They sell on the bag sale day. So Ryan, put down in the messages below what product mix you're using in your bin stores. So to run out, that's a good problem to have, I guess, to run out of inventory. You know what I would just do is I would just put more inventory. I'm gonna try to double the inventory that I put in my bins this week.
I think Ryan, he has 1,500 square foot, 11 bins.
Oh, is that him?
I think that's
same guy. Yeah. Harry said I did my first eBay sale yesterday and brought in my first Amazon pallet. There you go, Harry. Starting the side hustle, man. Good job, buddy. Good job, Harry. Stanley. All right. So I was like, Stanley, you don't want to clap for Harry? Sorry. Stanley has a little delay reaction there. So yeah, good job, Harry. Yeah, start the hustle now. So many people are reaching out to us and saying, hey, I want to achieve financial freedom. I need to figure out how to get out of this freaking rat race or work. How many people out there work a job that you hate, man? That you hate, man. Stan, come on, man. And that might be true. Listen, that might be true. But Stan's in the. Let me clarify. Stan was working for me, right? Stan was working for me, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't want to work for anybody. Stan was working for me, and now we decided to change and create a new media company that Stan's a partner of. So now he's going to be an owner and not a bitch in the business. All right. So with all due respect, Stan, I love you. I love you. So yeah, and then that's what you need to do. If you're a hard worker, if you're a great worker, become an owner and figure this out. So yeah, good job, Harry. Now just remember, take your money, take your profits. Even I don't care how much it is, man. I don't care how much it is. Put a little bit into an appreciating asset, just a little bit. If honestly, if it means $10 a week, 50, 100, no matter what it is, put a little bit aside because it's just gonna. Look at this right there. What is Esteban got up there? Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
He says 10% of your gross earnings. That's how much you should put in.
Yeah. And as your income grows, you can afford to put more and more. See, this is, So I've made so much money during this crypto period from Corona till now, but I haven't changed my lifestyle. I've changed my lifestyle zero because I don't, right. Because I don't want to sell it, right? I ain't selling shit, right? I ain't selling nothing, right? Because it's just, this is just doing that, right? So why would you sell something that just goes straight up? So, as you grow in life, keep your lifestyle the same. Now, don't get me wrong. You need to take care of yourself first, right? But try to maintain that lifestyle. Try to increase how much you put away because, in 5 years, it might be 50,000, but I'm going to tell you in 10 years, it'll be $500,000. And, and it just grows, it just blossoms, it just blooms. And that's what you need to do. That, if you read all those investments books, it's all about compoundable interest, right? Making interest upon your interest. But in crypto, it's just keep your money there and just wait. The shit just grows. I mean, you might have a downturn, but God bless you. And 6 months later, it's right back up again, right, Paul? Yes. Paul, hey. If you've invested in crypto in this room, raise your hand. See that? We all do it. We all do it. We're all growing. And right now, everybody who's taken my advice is in profit right now. Everybody is, right? Because Ethereum's up, Bitcoin's up. I've never said to buy those other coins. So let's check it.
I think staying humble is a key ticket. Even if you get rich, famous, don't lose track of who you are.
Button on Facebook.
That's right. Yeah. Ethereum's almost $4,800, man. I bought Ethereum at $65. It's at $4,800 right now, man. But you can say that same story 3 years from now, right? You can say I bought Ethereum at $4,800. How much is it now? $45,000. That's what's going to happen in 3 years, 4 years. Believe it or not, that's what's going to happen. All right. Ryan says the frenzy of $10 day is great for 2 hours and it falls flat after. I have 3,000 square feet with 15 bins currently and working on adding more. We are using some locally sourced in Southern California fulfillment centers and LPNs. Yeah, no, I like that. I agree with you that all the excitement's within the first 2 hours. So I want to work on a plan that maybe you're right. So we open at 10 o'clock every day and we close at 6. So maybe we restock at 12, 2, and 4. Right. And then, yeah. So I agree. I think some people do that kind of stuff. We'll get people in the door first thing. And then you can also keep restocking all day long. I think the money is unlimited that people will pay, especially if you're in a profit area, because people will buy bargains. People will buy freaking good deals, even if they don't need it.
I think it's brilliant idea to keep restocking because if you keep restocking, they know you're restocking. They're going to stay around. The more they stay around, the more they want to buy. It's a repetitive process.
I agree with that. So we're gonna make sure we follow up on that. Follow up with me on that this week, and I want to make sure that our bin stores are super stocked, so we'll load them up, and then we'll keep banging them out. Ian's in there. What's happening, man? Shouldn't you be at work today? Good morning, Ian. He's our C4 specialist. Who do we got next?
Justin.
Justin said, how long do you think bin stores will be around? You know what, Justin? I think for a while, but I think there's going to be a shakeup, I would guess. Because, you know, even our group, if you guys haven't joined our group, Bin Store Truckload Buyers Co-op, you know, it's exploding. You know, every day I'm getting 40 or 50 requests to be in it. And, you know, I'm looking at the requests more now, because I've been getting like people from you know, from China requesting to join the group, or you know, or back you know, I don't know, over in the Middle East. And if you haven't been on Facebook for more than a year, I don't let you in the group, because I just feel like they're scammed. And then I'm getting all these weird posts. So I'm being more specific who I let in. And I'm telling you, there's most people put in there because I have questions. Do you own a bin store? No, but I plan on opening up one soon. You know, how many truckloads do you want to buy? 4 a week, you know, whatever. Everybody is saying, I want to open up. I got like 6,000 people in that group. Imagine, let's say only a third of them. That's 2,000 bin stores, right? They're popping up everywhere. It's not going to go away. Will that put a crunch on supply? I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. So that's why you got to lock up your channels, man. Lock up your channels now. Get in your line, right? You know, most brokers, most contract holders have a line. Like maybe they have 10 truckloads a week of high piece count. Make sure you're one of the people that gets at one of those 10 truckloads, all right? Make sure you stay in that line and don't get out of line. The minute you get out of line, you're done, right? You're cut off. So take away their pain points. Like I said, I got some pallets half full today. 6-foot pallets only half full, right? I could easily have called up the broker or the contract holder and said, hey, this is bullshit. Give me a refund. Give me a return. No, I'm not going to say nothing, because I don't want them to kick me out of line. I got to stay in line. So yes, it could be. What's that?
You want to shoot yourself in the foot?
No, yeah. I mean, this industry could be disrupted by well, first of all, inventory. If Amazon ever decided to export all the inventory. Number two, too many bin stores open up, so demand for the product is just going to make the price go up, which would be ridiculous. It kind of happened when storage units, right? When Storage Wars came out. Storage units went up about 4x. If anybody was buying storage units before the TV show Storage Wars, you know it went up about 4x, man. It was ridiculous. So what do we got next, Stanley? Who's next?
I got one.
You got one? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So, Tom, I have a couple of general questions. First, one is just wondering about how many items you sell per day in your bin store. Also, when you order trucks or your trucks, how many pieces come in your trucks?
Okay, so the trucks come in with 24 pallets of 6-foot tall pallets that average between 1,000 and 1,500 items per truckload. Now, some might be a little more, but there's a lot that are a lot more. Some might be a little less, but there's a lot that's a lot more. We counted up one that had like 2,200 items one time. But I actually can look up my sales. So I use the Square cash registers in my bin stores. So let me see, Square. Let's go to reports, sales. Okay, so let me see. How can I do this? Let me see if I don't know if I can go to Saturday or not. Let's go 1 week. 1 week from today, okay? No, that can't be right. Why does this say that? Oh, because it's just the beginning of this week. So it must be Sunday and Monday is my weekly. Let's do a 1 month. Okay, so in 1 month, you know, I did 15,000 in sales in a month. $28.39 is my average sale. $28.39 is my average sale. And I did 527 sales that month. So I mean, I have this store. I have a $20 day, a $10 day. So it's all going to be different. So I don't have the number. I don't know if I can break those numbers down. Show details. Okay. Tax, total collected, fees, custom. Yeah, it doesn't show me the all the breakdown of numbers of items per day, but yeah, I mean, so if I did 15,000 in a month, I can do my 1 year sales. So we just had our year anniversary. So for my first year in business, we did $650,000 in sales at one of my bin stores. So that's pretty good, right? That's not bad for a first year in business. You know, and with that number, we make about 80 grand. You know, I certainly think that we can, that we can double that number. I want to do $1 million in this next year in that bin store, and I'm sure that the profit will be somewhere around $200,000. Because remember, the profit margin, once you get to your base amount, the profit margin percentage increases, right? Because now you can afford your fixed costs, which is your rent, your utilities, your employees, and now every additional dollar you make above that, you make more money on it. So even though I can double sales, I won't double profit. I'll make more in profit. It should go from $80,000 to maybe $200,000. Uh-oh, who said Shiba Uno? Who said that?
That was my wife.
The beautiful Esteban's beautiful wife. Good morning. Good morning. And it was a coincidence that I met Esteban at that restaurant yesterday. I had no idea he'd be there. I walked in with my kids, and I go up, and they told me a half hour to get a seat. I'm like, damn. So I want to watch the Cowboy game. Yeah. Don't piss me off. The Cowboys lost. I'm staring at the TV, and I look down, and there's his bald head right in front of me. I'm like, what are the odds? What are the odds you'll be at the same restaurant? Tampa's a huge city, and we don't even live close together.
I was sitting at the bar with my buddy, and then some guy bumped me in the back, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm going to have to throw down. I turned around, I was like, what the? It's Tom.
Nice.
So we had a good time watching the game yesterday. Oh, I had a good time. He didn't. I was rooting for my Patriots.
That's right. That's right. Ian says, got to refresh to sell your pallets. All right. So Ian's home, taking a break, refreshing so that he can come back in and sell some pallets. What's Ben saying? Ever thought about having a reseller meetup group at your store for anyone in the area and making a live show out of it? Welcome back from New York. Now go out there and make some money. I like that idea, Ben. Certainly, we would do that anytime. Anytime. We got the conference table over here. We definitely want to get more into networking with people, and so certainly we should do that now that things are. I mean, during the whole flu season or Corona season, things got a little wacky out there. So. But it's when I was in New York City, it miffed me because everywhere you went, I had to show my vaccine card everywhere and my ID.
That's good to know. We're flying out Christmas, so
yeah, you better have a vaccine card and ID. If I wanted to go in a restaurant, I had to have it. So I'm thinking, there's that whole argument of whether or not you should get vaccinated or not.
I got my shot.
I don't care what side you're on. I'm just saying, if you want to sit down and eat in New York in a restaurant, have your damn card with you. All right, that's all I'm saying.
I got my shot.
You got your shots?
I gotta get to my second one soon.
Yeah, so I am vaccinated, so I don't care either way. I put a lot worse shit in my body. So
Wow. Oh, no.
Anyways, yeah. So Ben, certainly we want to do a meetup. We definitely want to do a meetup, and Esteban, we should put that on our list of things to start rolling with. So Ryan says, what's that next Ryan comment? All right, we have been getting rejected from a lot of marketplace groups for posting the bin store stuff. Do you have suggestions on more effective posts? Do you post on Facebook Marketplace for your bin store? So we do it. So we have our own Facebook page for our bin stores. We do a daily live in those stores. We really haven't done much other advertising for the bin stores besides opening. Yeah, when we opened, we did a promoted post in the area, but we certainly need to do better. We certainly need to step it up a notch. Yeah, I try to. You got to be careful when you post in those groups because they don't like businesses. Some of them don't like businesses, but other ones are like business only pages. I know, like here in the city of Lakeland, there's like Lakeland Yard Sale Group, right, which has like 30,000 people in it, right? You can't post in that one. But then there's like a Lakeland Business Page group, which has 30,000 people. They'll let you post in that one. So find those groups that they will let you post it because that's just free stuff right there. Free advertising. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so think about that. Any place that you can do, we got to do a much better job of that. We've been talking about it, but now we need to execute it. We do the lives, we do these lives, we do it on all of our channels. We try to update everybody, teach them how the business works. So yeah, marketing is 100% the key. We talk about it all the time. You own a marketing company, not a bin store, so you have to be able to perfectly market yourself. And we're focused on being mastering that, and that's why Esteban and Stanley back here are, that's why we're working on our production company, on our marketing company. So yeah, 100%. Ian says, be a problem solver for your brokers. Absolutely, Ian. We talk about that all the time. You have to be the problem solver. They call me up. This same broker that I buy all these high piece counts from the other day said, hey, I got a load for you. I said, okay. And she said, do you trust me? I'm like, yeah. She said, I'm going to ship it. I'm like, okay. And that was it. I had no idea what I was paying. I had no idea what it was. It ended up coming in like a medium's load. And, I paid, and then she sent me the invoice. It was like $4,500. I was fine with it. I was fine. But, she needed to get rid of that damn load. She needed to get rid of the load. And I'm her guy now that she goes to when she needs to get rid of shit, right? So now when I need stuff, she's going to take care of me because I take care of her. So think about that. Bulk is another thing that I've been buying really, really cheap now because they're having a tough time getting rid of bulk. Damien, my man. What's happening, my brother? How's business out there, Damien? Nothing better than some Monday morning motivation, liquidation motivation. That's right, brother. Always good to talk to you, Damien. Always good to talk to you.
That is MG Franco.
MG Franco, the smartest man, the smartest man on the internet right here. All right. Let's see if I can keep up with this because he talks sometimes over my head here. Tom, have you heard about Arculus? Arculus utilizes cutting-edge security that leaves cords and the cloud behind. The hardware device, the Arculus key card, doesn't rely on a cable connection or the internet to work. This truly air-gapped solution keeps your sensitive financial data off the internet. Storage hardware wallet protected by 3-factor authentication. 1, security relies on something you are. 2, something you know. And 3, something you have to keep your digital assets safe. That's interesting. That's super interesting that they could, because it's security is one of the biggest issues in the crypto market right now. And look at what we just found in a pallet, right? In our electronics pallet, we got a Nano Ledger S. So I don't self-custody any of my crypto, but this is how you self-custody. This is one of the ways you can self-custody. So I was thinking about putting, a few Bitcoin on here, and then you store it in your safe. So and you have to have the code in order to get it off here. Security is huge, and everybody talks about like, oh, the future of quantum computing is going to destroy crypto, and I don't agree with that. I think as computers get better, the crypto market's going to get better and safer, and they keep adding digits to the security, to the encryption code, which makes it, every so many digits makes it so many hundreds of times harder to corrupt. So yeah, certainly, Franco, I never heard of that. I will look into that. Arculus, let me write that down so I can research it, because I'm definitely looking to invest in some new technology there. So thank you, Franco, the smartest man on the internet. Mike, what's up, Mike? I saw Paul at the Silver Moon yesterday. How you doing, Paul?
Doing good, Mike. I'm sorry I missed you. If I did miss you.
Paul is a hustler, man. He's always out there looking for deals at flea markets, yard sales. So he's
he's a humble. When stuff comes in, use stuff, gives you better price point or what to sell stuff at, and knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. Paul's always out there sourcing. All right, David. What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? Do you guys know of an Amazon warehouse deal? Yeah, Amazon warehouse deal. Yeah, I've looked at that before. I mean, it was a while ago that I looked at it, and I really didn't find anything that really tickled my fancy. But it'd be interesting to see if they sell pallets and stuff like that on there. I don't know. So yeah, maybe I'll revisit that to see what if there's an opportunity for bulk. I mean, I buy a lot of the Amazon stuff on Bstock. They have the auctions daily on Bstock. Some of them are around here, but really on Bstock, if you notice, like, you can buy something from half the country away and their shipping's like nothing. They charge you hardly anything for shipping. So that's why I like buying Amazon and Bstock. Every other site seems to be expensive for shipping except for Amazon. So you got another question?
Yeah, this one is actually for my man, Damien. Daniel Mann asks if you ever shared your Excel sheet. He wants to check it out. So please share it with us.
Damien, if you're out there, if you're still watching, share that Excel sheet with us, buddy. We want to be an open resource to everybody out there. And I know Damien is the same way. So if you got anything there, go ahead.
I also have another one by Easy. He says,
Easy E?
Easy.
Oh.
I would think a Binstore would do good in the Bradenton, Sarasota, or Palmetto area. Have you scouted those areas yet?
I haven't, just because they're a little bit too far south for me. I'd love to be in Sarasota. I got some friends down there. I know there's one in Fort Myers, right? Fort Myers, they buy from us. I'm sure there's going to be one in Sarasota. Sarasota's freaking beautiful. I'd love to live down in Sarasota. If I didn't set my roots up here, I'd definitely move to Sarasota. It's beautiful. So much money. Sarasota. It's beautiful. The beaches down there. It's incredible. So yeah, I will start looking there. I mean, I'm doing the I'm probably doing Leesburg right now because it's close to the villages. I thought that would be a great area for me to target, and it's an hour and 4 minutes from my store, so it's not a bad delivery for us. But yeah, I certainly will look in Sarasota. I know there's one in Gibsonton. I believe Gibsonton has one. Yeah. Next question, Esteban.
I'm trying to pull it up. I'm sorry.
He's a little slow.
My computer's slow.
Computer slow? Oh, we're not losing our internet, are we, Stanley?
Nope, we're good.
All right, let me just check my Bitcoin real quick. See how we're doing. If it's still going up.
Can you see this, Tom?
Yes. Thank you for doing this. What the heck does Yeah,
We did that.
yeah, we did that one. Yeah, high piece count turbos, high piece count Home Depot. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Ethereum.
No, that's it. That's the end.
That's all the questions?
Yes.
Oh, these two. Did you do these two?
All right.
Yeah.
Where are my eBay shopping videos from the last 3 weeks?
That was Sarah.
Oh.
Oh, that was it. What's up, Sarah? Did we post those?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the Excel sheet. All right. Yeah, so we did a video today of what we sold over the weekend on eBay, so we have that. So if anybody has any video questions, we got Stanley here. Any eBay questions or general questions for Esteban? Any Paul loves to put things together, loves to bargain shop. He has a sugar mama who can take good care of his life, an avid crypto investor. If you guys have any more questions, put them down below. If not, we're 45 minutes in today. You know, we got 33 people watching, 5 likes. We appreciate everybody who's part of the community. It's all about community, building the community. You know, what does Ryan says? What is the price point you see for these items to pull and post on eBay? Some people use $75. Some people use $100. You know, I use, I probably want something that's worth more than $100, but I'll pull out something that's cheaper, let's say $50, if I have multiple of them. So let's say if this Bitcoin bull sells for $50 and I get 20 in a pallet, I want to pull that out because one listing, remember, I pay my employees to do the pictures, and then we pay the VA $1 to do the listing overseas. So if I can do one listing and it lasts for 20 items, now my cost to do the VA for the VA is only 5 cents an item. So that's why I pull out the multiple items. They're so much easier to use.
And we're currently listing on Macari now.
We're on Macari now. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Marvin says, how do you offer customer financing for products? So we use a company called Acima. Acima. So you can just go to Acima. You can text. You know the numbers?
22462 to number 44683.
So if you go to Acima, I mean, you can go to your phone and text the numbers 22462 to the number
44683.
44683. Real simple. You can go in there and get pre-approved for financing and buy anything you want in our store. You have 90 days, same as cash. I think that they charge a little bit of a service fee, like $50.
On their side.
On their side, yeah, we have nothing to do with it. 90 days, same as cash. Pay the goddamn thing off in 90 days, though. All right, no interest for 90 days. But if you go 1 minute past the 90 days, you're gonna have to pay thousands. So just pay it off. Not thousands, but it's like 28% interest or 32. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, so we don't let anybody who's wants to finance more than 90 days use it. You have to be paid. You have to have the intent to pay it off in 90 days. So that's what we use. It's Acima. You know, and if anybody out there has a store, I'd recommend you get it. I mean, even your bin stores, you can offer financing in your bin stores, right? But just make sure they pay it off, please. That's it, right, Marvin? You guys,
what's the limit on Macari? Does that be over $10 limit? Because I remember trying to post a DVD on there, just trying it out, and they wanted to post like $7 on a DVD. Just
$7 on a DVD.
I couldn't post it for 99 cents, and then there was like a limit on there.
I don't know the answer.
That's all right.
Sorry.
we'll try to get the answer to that for next time.
No,
All right, guys. Hey, thank you guys for watching. It's great to be back in the store, rocking and rolling. Football's over, so I can focus more on videos and making money here at the store, rocking and rolling. I miss my man Paul. Paul and I normally handle the whole buying room, whole area back there, so we're going to get back to that action. I'm Tom from Resale America. My YouTube channel is Liquidation Motivation. Wait, we have a question coming in. Have you thought about doing eBay auctions for others? Customers bring items in, you pull a percentage, plus they pay fees, or too much of a headache? Esteban, that's you, buddy. I think it's too much of a headache. Now, I'll do it on a higher end item. Like I'll do a 60-40 split after fees on like a Fabergé egg. but I don't want to deal with it on, you know, a $30 item or 20, you know, if it's a $500 item, yeah, but not lower price item. I don't know what your opinion is on that.
So someone recently asked me if I'm willing to do consignment for someone, and that's pretty much what Mike is asking, is if we would do consignment and set it as an auction. But the responsibility of having it in your inventory or in your store, and the responsibility of keeping track of how many people we're doing consignment for, all that stuff is not an easy thing. I mean, you do it for your store itself, for Resale America, and that's hard. For me to do it on eBay, I think it's a good thing for those who cannot, as like a starter. Like if you need inventory for your eBay store, a good way to do that is to consign for others around you, maybe your friends and family that you can trust, but not for somebody brand new that you don't really know. But then if you're growing and that is your base model, consignment, I don't think that's a viable business. If that answers the question, I think.
No, I agree with you. I mean, if you remember, like 20 years ago, there was eBay consignment pop-up stores everywhere.
Yeah.
They thought that was going to be a huge business. They thought it was going to be everything, and actually, they failed. They all failed. I don't know of any, but there used to be on every street corner eBay consignment shops, but they didn't work out. And there's a reason why that. And then eBay actually had the valet service, did they call it?
Yeah.
Where you could send stuff into eBay and they would do the listings for you and charge a fee off you. That ended up failing because they couldn't keep up with all the shit that people were sending into them. I guess they had like warehouses just full of stuff. And I see auctions today of that stuff. They're trying to get rid of all that stuff.
I mean, think about it. Like I could see somebody who's having a yard sale that just throwing stuff out of their closet, throwing it in a box, and just sending it to these.
I liked it though.
Yeah, you're right.
I liked it. I would send in a box of high-end items, and you know, within a couple of weeks, I'd have my check be done. I had to do no work. I really liked it. I really liked it.
But that's high-end items. Most people are going to send their garbage from their closets. Yeah,
and their commission, you know, lessened as the more expensive the items were. You know, so if it's like under $50, you're paying like 50% commission.
Whoa.
But if it's over $100, you're paying 10%. If it's over $500, you're paying 5% or something like that. So it got a lot better the more expensive the items you are. So yeah, somebody's asking what is our co-op name on Facebook. Stanley is pulling it up here.
Yeah, I put it up.
You got it?
You got it?
You put the link.
I put the link. Yeah.
No, they can't click on it. That's why.
Yeah, it's called Binstore and Truckload Buyers Co-op, right? I'm not sure that.
I've got it up on my screen, so give me just a sec.
Binstore and Truckload Buyers Co-op. That's our group. 5.5 thousand members, 5,500 people.
I'm gonna copy and paste.
Trying to do that.
I got
there
you.
we go. I got it.
Every day we get more and more. It's just been impressive how many people ask to join this group. And remember, it's not for brokers. I do have a few brokers posting in there that but these are people that I know, that I trust, that I vetted. But you know, if anybody else puts a brokered load in there, I'm going to delete it until I trust you. I delete it. I might leave it up. I kind of leave them up for a day just in case somebody finds some value in them. But other than that, I delete them. And you know, then I get some scammers in there that try to, you know, they do some weird videos and I have to delete them. So it's hard. You know, I'm always managing it. Some people they started another group for just Binstore store owners, Binstore owners, you know, just for people who own Binstores. But this is basically the same thing to, you know, to ask questions, to communicate, to get opinions. And the community is pretty friendly. The community is pretty helpful. So if you're not part of that group, please go in there. Binstore and Truckload Buyers Co-op. 5,500 people on there. We have more people in that group than we do like in our Facebook or our YouTube channel. So I think we're almost to 4,000 people on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, listen, if you find value in what we're doing here, please go to YouTube and like and subscribe to Liquidation Motivation. That's the only way that we get to pay Stanley. Actually, Stanley's going to be a partner now.
And share it. Share it with those that's in your community. So this way we can all grow as a team and as a community and help one another. I mean, by sharing allows us to branch out those networks. We will never see what's on the other side of the door if we don't open those doors. So please share.
Yeah, please share it with other people. We also have our website, which is liquidationmotivation.net. We have some free resources on there. All you have to do is plug in your email address. That's it, and then you get all of our free resources. So please go on there, like, share, subscribe. Guys, thank you for watching today. It's been almost an hour, and it's nice to be back. It's nice to be making some money in the store. I'm nice that football's over. I can dedicate more time. Thanks for watching, guys. Resale America, Lakeland Square Mall, deal days in Port Richey, and deal days at Jasmine Plaza, Port Richey, and deal days in Winter Haven, Florida. Go down there and see the Great Bang. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and make some money. And today we bought a $50,000 Target Electronics load. Canon EOS Rebel T7. Look at this. GoPro 8, Galaxy S20, Beats Studio 3, Apple AirPods. Look at this. Samsung Galaxy Buds. Apple Watch. Look at that one. Rose gold. Everybody wants rose gold. 6 terabyte. I think it's a Tab A. Power Beats Pro. 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 I don't even know.